Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. We're gonna go ahead and do just a general what you need to know reading. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's gonna have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you are returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope that you're doing what's best for you. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into this. So what you need to know, we did pull the turtle. The turtle can always ask for an element of patience, Gemini, and that might be something that you don't want to hear right now. You might not want to hear you have to be patient when it comes to something, but there is a promise of progression when it comes to the turtle as well. Like slow but steady wins the race type of energy. There's no need to really rush. There's no need to kind of have any kind of manic, frantic type of energy. Like you really are okay to just relax and enjoy yourself, okay? There is something about enjoying the ride or enjoying the journey, like just enjoying life, okay? You're also very protected when the turtle comes out, and there is this energy of self-preservation. Like you are doing your best to keep yourself safe, to keep yourself centered and grounded, Gemini. Some of you could have a lot of earth in your chart perhaps, but I don't know, just something I'm getting. But yeah, I do feel like you are focused on your journey, focused on, just bringing positive changes into your life, eating better, sleeping more, drinking more water perhaps. There could be like looking for a new place to live too, or looking for a new place that you can feel like is home or something. Like there's almost like a migration type of energy. Oh, that's way too many guys. Sorry, I thought it was only two. Let's see what we have here for Gemini. Let's pull out an animal card. What do we have here for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know, Spirit? Okay. We have the humble honeybee coming out. Work ethic, camaraderie, and drive. Yeah. That's really the same kind of energy. Like you're working really hard on something and you're making some efforts. But you're maybe not seeing all the progress that you'd like to see, but just like the honeybee, each bee does its part. When the bee is out there going flower to flower, it might not really recognize how much work that it's actually putting in. But when it comes back to the hive and it sees that, join with everybody else's work, wow, it all really does make a difference together. Like many hands make light work or something like that. That could be the energy here. But it really does feel like there is some kind of work ethic or some kind of drive or, desire for stability that you have, Gemini, and it really is at the center of you right now, okay? So there's a lot of focus on that. There could be something about travel too, again, because I get travel energy with that honeybee as well, going from flower to flower. So some of you guys might work where you travel around to different places. You're not necessarily in one location the whole day. Whether this is you visit different spots, some of you guys might do DoorDash or something where you're constantly on the move, constantly going to new places. Some of you might drive trucks or something is what I'm getting as well. Oh Lord, these cards always kind of are a little messy, but the hasty hummingbird. So the humble honeybee and the hasty hummingbird. H's could be significant for somebody, okay? It says swiftness, excitement, and cheerfulness. Yeah, I think things are getting better, Gemini. Okay, I think things are getting better in your life. You might have had a time where maybe it was very slow moving with the sensitive sloth. You were feeling like every little thing that could happen that would cause a hang up or a delay was happening in your life. I do feel like with these wings, something is about to take off. You could be this turtle energy right now, knowing that you have to learn the art of patience, knowing that yes, sometimes, things are slow but steady, right? And maybe that's the energy. It's slow, but it's steady, okay? You're not seeing all the progression you'd like, but you are seeing some. So your efforts are paying off. You're seeing like small harvests. It's like when you plant a tomato plant, you're like, I'm gonna get hundreds of tomatoes, and really you get like 10. That's still a pretty decent amount of tomatoes, right? But it was just your expectations that was leading you to believe you might get more. So you might have learned with this turtle energy, Gemini, to kind of lower expectations or even take expectations away completely. There is some kind of lesson that's involved in that there on a soul level for you, but I feel like with this, what is it? The humble honeybee and the hasty hummingbird. I do feel like there's this energy here of possibly suddenly things taking off or picking up. It feels like a quickening in pace. in something, okay? It does feel like something is about to happen that could possibly cause you to take flight, or maybe shift some things around, or suddenly the energetic blocks you might have been feeling are lifted, Gemini. There's a cheerfulness too, there's a joy, there's like an excitement for life, there's an excitement for going out and learning new things and possibly seeing new places or meeting new people, Gemini. You could just be feeling more positive after a really down time, which is beautiful, okay? So what do we have here for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know currently? What does Gemini need to know? We have the Goddess of the Unknown that came out. A new chapter of your life is just around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown, Gemini. So yes, that is what Spirit is asking you to believe and trust in, is that all this hard work that you've put in, all these times that maybe you've hit roadblocks or you felt like there were hangups or something, because this turtle is just really making me feel like the tortoise and the hare. It's making me feel like how the hare just would, you know, stop and get distracted and really was overconfident and wasn't paying attention to what the turtle was doing. And it's like an underdog story almost, like, you know, like nobody thought the turtle would ever beat the hare, but the turtle just kept its eye on the prize every day. It didn't get distracted, it didn't get cocky, it just kept putting one little turtle foot in front of the next, and there you go, it won the race, right? By sheer determination and believing in itself too. So there's something about that story for you, Gemini, right now that's very significant. A lot of people might have counted you out. You might have even counted yourself out, to be honest. There could be some kind of vision that comes through, Goddess of Psychic Protection, but I was looking at this, it looks like a keyhole. So there could be some kind of vision. I don't know if you can see that, but there could be a vision that comes through that is almost like it unlocks something within your mind, like, oh shit, suddenly I see now, or you might see something. I don't know. There is some, her eyes look like she's mystified. She does look surprised. So again, going from the turtle to suddenly this bee and hummingbird energy, which makes me think of very fast darting around, excitement, very high energy. It does feel like something happens that maybe you're not expecting, Gemini. It says a new chapter of your life is just around the corner, okay? Goddess of Psychic Protection said, what you believe, you create. No one can harm you, okay? And that is, you know, that's a big belief of mine, especially when it comes to like magic and stuff. Like, I'm a big believer in things. Your mind is so powerful. Your mind makes things real. So, and there are, like, I don't know, I think like hoodoo voodoo or something like that. That's kind of a concept too within that belief system, is that, you know, if you believe it, that's the only way it can really affect the other person. Some people don't agree with that. It just depends, I guess. But either way, I feel like your perception, your lens that you view the world through, which would be your reality, I feel like sometimes, yeah, if it's cracked or if it's dirty or if it's distorted in any type of way, if you're lacking confidence, if you're feeling down, if you're overthinking, if you have dark stormy clouds around you, yeah, it's going to make you see things in a darker way. If you're feeling more positive, if you're, you know, seeing the lighter side of life, trying to see the positives instead of the negatives, it makes you see things in a different way. So there is something about your sight, your perception, but I do feel like, again, a psychic vision or maybe a dream unlocks this, Gemini. Something unlocks it to where you can see it. It's like the key was in your mind though, okay? And then it brings very real physical changes to your life suddenly, is the energy that I'm getting. There's something about your connection with Spirit being very sacred right now, just the way that her hair is covered up. It's making me feel like you weren't really discussing with a lot of people. I don't know why you would before, but whatever, maybe some of you did talk about what Spirit would talk to you about, like personally, privately. But if that's the case, you're really not discussing that anymore. You're keeping some things to yourself. I don't know, take it as it resonates, okay? Either way, Spirit's asking you to remove the fear. Don't be afraid of these changes that are coming in. Don't be afraid of this new chapter that's just around the corner for you. Angel of Soul Love came out. Time to look at how you value yourself. Issues of self-love. And since we are the twins, Gemini, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is you hugging up on yourself, giving yourself love right now, knowing that you're not always gonna be up on top, you're not always gonna be down. I feel like I'm getting very much like Wheel of Fortune type of energy, so I wouldn't be shocked if it comes out in tarot, but I'm getting the kind of energy of like the wheel is turning and maybe you've been down and there's issues of self-confidence here or self-worth, okay? Like, you know, maybe being down on yourself, maybe being hard on yourself for decisions you've made, for choices. Maybe some of you guys have relapsed too, because it's giving like addict type of energy for some reason. So maybe some of you guys have relapsed. Okay. It's like, it's a journey, Gemini. It's not a race. It's weird, right? Considering I use the tortoise and the hare metaphor, but still, it is a journey and not a race, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be mishaps, but as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the next, you're going to make it through. We have the goddess of compassion. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth, Gemini. Being really hard on yourself because you're not where you think. Being really hard on yourself because you're a fucking turtle. Right? And you're looking at bees and hummingbirds and being like, why don't I have wings? Why can't I fly? Why can't I just zippity doo dah to the next flower and have all this? Like, because you're a turtle, Gemini. You're a turtle. And there's nothing wrong with being a turtle, right? To criticize your own creation, to criticize who you are, how you were made, where you were planted as a seed, right? It's like to criticize almost Spirit's whole vision of you, because, you know, Spirit thinks you're great just the way you are. That's why it created you that way. But you wanting to be a hummingbird or a bee because it's frustrating, because you see the things that the hummingbird and bee can have or can do that you can't do. But there's things that you can do as a turtle that the hummingbird and the bee can't. They can't go underwater, right? They don't have any built-in protection from any kind of predators where they can just pop right back into their shell if they want to, right? And this could be a positive or a negative, but humans seem to really like turtles a lot. I'm not saying that they don't like hummingbirds or bees, but it's like, you know, again, that could be a positive or negative depending on how you look at it. I'm just saying, okay? Nobody's going to be like, oh, fucking turtles. I hate fucking turtles. Like, nobody's ever going to say that, okay? So I don't know. Just, Gemini, just be happy with who you are. Just love up on yourself extra hard right now. Don't fear the changes that are ahead of you. If you feel like there's been choices you've made in the past where you really feel like you've made massively wrong choices, and so there's no way you should ever be able to make any more choices for yourself again. I've definitely been there. That's not true. It's a learning curve, okay? And you can't judge the past by the present or the future, because the future is not written and the present you're creating right now, okay? So keep that in mind, because I feel like there is something that's coming that you're going to be like, but I feel like you're being encouraged to go after this unknown blessing, okay? It says, Goddess of Justice, what seems like an injustice is actually a blessing. Libra energy coming through. Okay, one more, I think, for Gemini. One more they need to know. Then we're going to start clarifying with tarot. Yeah, that's my card of being chained to something, too. You know, because she's like, it's not a negative card, but it just feels like how she's chained. Some of you might feel like you're very chained to an idea of yourself or to other people's versions of yourself or to obligations, responsibilities, okay? There could be something there. But there's also this energy of rooting yourself into something. Maybe that's something that you've never really felt before. Maybe you felt like you have always been on the move or going from flower to flower, or and flower to flower could be anything, guys. It could be relationship to relationship. It could be home to home. It could be city to city. It could be job to job. Take it as it resonates, okay? But you just never really felt settled. I feel like you're going to feel settled moving forward in the future somewhere, off in the future. That's where you're heading, okay? Goddess of the earth. And I told you, some of y'all might really have strong earth signs in your chart, or air, obviously, but I really feel earth. An idea connected to imagination, creativity, and nature is coming your way. I do feel like something is coming towards you. Now, there is like a whole like seize the day type of energy too here. So I'm not saying that you should just sit on your ass and not do nothing and wait for opportunities to come to you. I would actually never suggest that. Any opportunity I've ever that's ever found me, I kind of found it too. It's really, for me, it's less about luck and it's more about being in alignment, okay? So I feel like you are getting into alignment, Gemini, and part of being in alignment is your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, all kind of being going in the same direction, okay? And on the same page. I feel like there's something that's coming towards you, but you're also coming towards it, okay? Like your soul is pulling you, basically. Okay, why did the turtle cross the road? I don't know. Maybe because its soul told it to, right? Like its soul told it, I need to cross the road. It's not safe for a turtle to cross the road. You know, and once you start that journey, it's almost like with the turtle, it's like, well, we're committed now, you know? But something about that, Gemini. I don't know. There's something about that. Let's get some tarot out here and see what we got going on, okay? I just saw Page of Pentacles, and I really feel like it was significant that I saw it. It's almost like there's so much potential that's heading towards you, and also a message or opportunity that's good, like good news, good fortune with the Page of Pentacles. Like an email, a phone call, something, you know, a job offer, whatever. Maybe somebody's expressing themselves to you, because I guess Angel of Soul Love could be romantic, but I feel like this is really you loving up on yourself. I feel like you need to be. If you're not being extra kind to yourself right now, Gemini, you need to be extra kind to yourself. There's something about making sure you're hydrated too. So make sure you drink your water and lotion up and, you know, just do your thing, okay? Goddess of the unknown, a new chapter is just around the corner, Gemini. So please remove fear and embrace the unknown. Embrace what you don't know, because there's this energy of what you have known. It's not really made, look at that, has not really made you that satisfied. So it's almost like seize the day. They're giving me John Smith in the Disney version of Pokey. God, that reminds me of my dad. I'm sorry, the Floridian whatever slip I just did, or whatever that was. Pokey the Hiney, that's what people call it. I don't know. Anyway, Pocahontas, okay? It's reminding me of the Disney version, the cartoon version of that, when he's like done so over England. Like he's like done with it, and he's like, he wants to explore the new world. He's ready to see new adventures, and you know, and he's tired of being in wars, and he wants to find some land and settle down. And it's like really that kind of energy, okay? With this Ten of Pentacles here, this is feeling like what is just around the corner. This new life is something very stable, something very healthy, something very abundant. It doesn't necessarily have to be with just money, but I feel like money will not be a problem. Maybe you won't be the richest person in the world, but you certainly are not going to be like really wanting for anything. It feels like you're very content and satisfied with this card, Gemini, okay? Whatever this new opportunity is could definitely be connected to money, connected to a new job opportunity with the Hierophant card and the Ten of Pentacles. Like that's a big work contract to me, okay? 1717 when I looked at the timer. So that could be, for some reason I'm getting 1717 could be on somebody's flight number or something, or their flight ticket or a train ticket or something. I don't know why I just got that. But 1717 could have something to do with travel. I don't know why. Hierophant is Taurus energy as well, Gemini. Okay, so you could be cusping with Taurus. So you could have Taurus in your chart. Or Taurus could be significant. I just feel like you're going to be climbing the ladder to success, to nirvana is what they just said. Ew, I don't know, Gemini. It feels really fucking good though. It feels like everything's going to be falling into place. Everything's going to be working out the way that you need it to. And you might not even, it might not even be the way that you want. That's the thing, because they're saying the way that you need it to, not the way that you want it to. So this is definitely some unknown stuff that you're not expecting. This could be possibly, you know, people have already been talking about you for a while and where they could place you and what you'd be great for and how they'd love to work with you, or they'd love to help build your brand or whatever. Like this is that kind of energy. Like people have already had your name in their mouth as far as you know, success and opportunities for a while. I've been picking up on that for a second, but I feel like there's been a period of rest. It's almost like, again, there's no, for me, it's not so much luck, it's alignment, okay? And I feel like there was something that you really needed to heal from. There was something within yourself that you needed to heal, you needed to go through. That's why this race, or this journey, I guess I should say, was feeling so slow. Like it was feeling like one buddy freaking step after another, okay? That's what it feels like. But with you gaining your wings suddenly, it's all of a sudden like it picks up. So it's like, yeah, you have to climb these stairs to get here. But when you get up here, there's like a magical elevator that zooms you the rest of the way. Like that's really what this feels like. So if it's been feeling like it's been slow, I feel like once it starts to pick up, that's when it's like, okay, it's picked up. Either way, whatever you're moving towards, whether this is family, connection, community, a new job opportunity, wealth, good health for some of you guys. There could be something that's coming that's unknown that's really going to increase your health, whether you're aware of it or not. This could be as simple as somebody not, maybe somebody gets a brand new bed and then they end up getting another bed. So then they give you that brand new bed and it turns out that brand new bed is like perfect for you. And it helps you in some way with your health, which increases your quality of life. This is something you weren't expecting, but it's life changing. It's that kind of energy, guys. I just want to give examples so you don't think that everything has to be like a job opportunity. It's not like that for everybody. It just feels like there is something unknown that is a blessing. It is a gift. It's definitely bringing good energy, Gemini. It's bringing stability. It's bringing comfort. It's bringing connection and family. It's bringing money for some of you guys. Definitely bringing something you can depend on with that Hierophant energy. I feel like you'll still overthink it, Gemini, because that's what we do, right? So it's like there's still going to be some kind of overthinking, but I also feel like at the point when this comes or when this happens, you're going to be over the past, over this slow energy, over this gotta be grit, gotta be strong type of energy, and you're really gonna want something magical. You're really gonna want to experience a miracle by the time one shows up to you. And maybe Spirit designed it that way so your ass would take it. Because I feel like if you were just floating through life and cruising, maybe you'd be like, this seems like a scam, right? And move on. I don't know, Gemini. Maybe that's just me projecting into the reading. But yeah, if something's usually too good to be true, I'm usually the one that's like, it probably is. But I feel like sometimes it's not, though. Okay? Like sometimes it's not. And so there could be something where Spirit has really like wanted you to be at the limit, at the wire. So that way when this comes in, you'll be like, fuck it, I'm ready. Like there's that kind of energy. Okay? I don't know. All right. Can we get anything else about this unknown blessing before we move forward, Spirit? This unknown blessing. 3 of Pentacles. Did I not tell you I felt like the Wheel of Fortune was going to come out at some point? I feel like it's a turn of the wheel. This is a chance for you. When I see the 3 of Pentacles, me personally as a reader, I always think of rebuilding something. I know that the Star comes after the Tower, but for me, I always think of the 3 of Pentacles after a Tower energy because you're, restabilizing yourself. You're not quite at the 4 of Pentacles where you feel stable. You're a little shaky still. And you could even be depending on other people to kind of help you see the vision here. Some of you guys are going to be working with other people, joining a family, a community. Take it as it resonates. If you're like me and you're like people, right? Then it's probably going to be like a new opportunity to maybe just set up your life the way you want it with your already existing family that you're comfortable with, Like it could be something like that, Gemini. It just kind of feels like you are going to be building something with others though. For some of you, yeah, this is like a community or something that you're going to be building, or working on a team with people and feeling like everybody's working together. You're gonna feel really good about this. So if you're in a situation right now where you do work with other people, or have to and even if it's not in relation to work, like it's just you work with other people on a daily basis, you're around other people, and you don't feel like you guys work well together, that is going to change. There's going to be this unknown shift that causes, maybe there's new people that come onto your team, or you lose a boss, just like they move on, nothing bad or anything, but like, something happens, something shifts. It's unexpected, okay? It's unexpected, it's unknown. You weren't expecting this, you didn't foresee it. That's the energy, okay? So I'm just saying, for some of you, this is going to be a level up and a move into a new position, Gemini. This is a sudden change in your fortune, and it feels like for the better, okay? It really does. This is 13 Pentacles, which really does equal to 4, so there is stability here. Okay, so Angel of Soul Love. Why is this here for Gemini? They're needing to take a look at how they value themselves, honestly. Well, ourselves, because I know it's not just y'all. 7 of Cups. That's what puts you into analysis paralysis, when really it's like you should just be like, fuck it, I deserve it, I'm going to go for it. I work hard. I know that I'm going to catch myself every time I fall. There's something about wanting to go into your wish fulfillment, wanting to just go after something, wanting to just say fuck it and do it, but feeling afraid. There's this, the body language is really saying, I'm really not sure here, right? And this is saying, I'm never been more sure of anything in my life. So the contrasting here is like, this is always what's driving us. This is what we want, the bottom of the deck. It's like, this is what your desire is, but this is the reality. This is the problem that you're facing. This is why this card is out here, okay? So you really need to look at how you're seeing yourself, the lens through which you're viewing life. Maybe it's distorted. Maybe you're a little diluted in the fact that you think you can't handle something, or that things can't happen to you good, or yeah, that could happen for that person, but it could never happen for me. right? And I know that there are some that do feel that way, because I see the comments all the time. Like, this is a nice story. You know, maybe next time you should add more dragons. And I was like, well, now that you've shown up, we don't really need any more, do we? Right? It's like, but don't come to the comments with a sarcastic remark if you are not expecting a equal or of more value sarcastic remark, because I am very fluent in sarcasm. But I just kind of feel like, yeah, for some of you, it does feel like kind of like a rolly eyes when you hear positive readings. And I know it's not just me, it's anybody, but that's just your mindset. That's because you've felt like you've made wrong decisions before. It's because you felt like you've put all your eggs in a basket before, or you felt like you've had faith or had hope before, but you're looking at the loss. You're seeing what didn't work out. You're seeing how it was a waste of time. You're not seeing the lessons that you learned, the strength that you encountered. You're not looking at that. You're not focusing on that. It's there, you see it. It's just not what is driving the lens that you're looking through, okay? There could be this energy of a lack of confidence in making decisions, guys, when deep down inside you know exactly what you want to do, okay? So when you're at, contrast with each other, that's where this confliction is coming in. You're in two minds about something. It's almost like embracing yourself, embracing that shadow energy and saying, it's gonna be okay, little bitch, right? Like, stop freaking out. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be just fine. I got us. Like, it's like your inner child in a way. Or like, this is like the ego energy. It's like, it's gonna be okay. I got us. Like, we can have good things. We can make decisions. Just because we feel like we've made wrong decisions in the past doesn't mean that we actually did, and doesn't mean that we ever will again. Like, we can believe in ourselves. Because I guarantee you, Gemini, for all the times that you have made decisions that maybe you feel like have come back to bite you in the ass, you've made really fucking good ones too. So focus on those ones, right? Yes, have some light and hope in yourself. Focus on the fact that you have made good, strong, solid moves for yourself before. And there's nothing that can stop you from doing that again, okay? There is something about a hesitation here, or like again, it's like how you're viewing it. Or maybe the fact, again, that it's unknown. Because I know that if you've suffered through a lot of chaos in your life, especially in your childhood, there could be this energy of really not liking when things feel chaotic or out of control, out of your control. Like if it's chaotic, but it's still in your control, you're okay with it. But it's something about not knowing, not having all the facts or all the information, having to go off of faith or blind sight for some of this that really disturbs you. It's like, if I make the wrong decision, I'm going to sacrifice everything. But I actually don't feel like you are, Gemini. Like, I don't feel like you're going to sacrifice everything nor make the wrong decision, okay? Because it's almost like, I would say listen to your heart, because that's what they're playing. Listen to your heart, okay? But I almost want to say listen to your soul, because your soul is really pulling you right now. Like, it's instinctively telling you where to go to get the nectar, where to go. When you get these wings and you start to fly, how to handle them. Like, like you really do have the light inside of you. Everything that you need, all the knowledge you need with those light bulbs, it takes you everywhere you need to go. Like, you have it already for the opportunity that's coming towards you, okay? Some of you are like, is this going to be something that's going to cause more burden? Right? I feel like this Page of Swords is just wanting to have all the facts, wanting to have all the clarity, but not feeling like you have it, and therefore feeling a little unsure of yourself and your ability to make the proper decision. That's all I feel like that is, okay? Goddess of the Earth, an idea connected to imagination, creativity, and nature is coming your way. Knight of Cups. I told you, it's very intuitively, it's something that you feel, it's in your soul. That's why I said, don't listen to your heart, listen to your soul, Gemini. It's in there telling you, it's guiding you, it's pulling you. Just like the moon pulls the waves and controls the currents and the flows and all that good stuff, you're being guided too. You're being led too. I think of it with both of these, all of these animals as being very instinctive, to be honest with you. I guess most animals are, but there's something about the way that these ones are always seeking out the nectar of life and, going from flower to flower and just instinctively knowing that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, that's their passion, that's their purpose. And there's something about the journeyness of the turtle, like being on the journey and maybe playing it safe because It's like the turtle wants to be the hummingbird and the bee so bad until it actually gets the chance. And Spirit's like, okay, here's your wings. And you're like, okay, these things don't fit around my shell though. And Spirit's like, yeah, you don't need your shell. Have you ever seen a shell turtle, fucking hummingbird, bee? That's weird. Take the shell off, right? And you're like, but my shell's what keeps me safe. Well, now you have your wings to carry you, Gemini. You don't need your shell anymore. But you're like, does not compute. Okay, because you're used to using your shell for everything. It's about believing in yourself. It's about knowing that the armor is within you. It's not on the exterior. You have wings now that can carry you, that are going to take you places, Gemini. You can believe in yourself. Like, that's really the energy I'm getting, guys. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Uh-oh, something kept flying. Hold on. Slid right off. Oh, and would you look at that? The Wheel of Fortune coming back out. I knew that card was going to come back out. This is a chance for you to break free of that fear, that old mindset that makes you feel like you're a puppet, makes you feel like you have to stick to what's conventional. You have to stick to what you feel is known, what you feel is safe, what you feel is comfortable, but really it's not. Really inside, your soul is yearning for those wings, right? But you're like, oh man, this turtle shell, I've always been so used to being able to just dip right back in it whenever I need to, you know, but I don't know. There's something about this where it's just, Gemini, you really don't like making choices. But you're so good at it though. That's the thing, right? Like, you might be like, the hell I am. I feel like for some of you guys, you're just wondering if whatever this new opportunity is that's coming in, is it too good to be true? Is it something that's going to cause me more burden? But I feel like you're already burdened with what you're connected to. So there's a need to look at what's already burdening you, and not worry about what will. For some of you, that's just for somebody. What is this change with the Wheel? This change in fortune or whatever it is. Knight of Wands with the Two of Swords. Well, that's exactly what I was just King of Wands with the Two of Swords. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Big Leo energy, guys, but this is lack of indecision. I'm not confused anymore, because the Two of Swords to the King of Wands, that's somebody who wants to go. They feel ignited, they feel passionate, they feel motivated. With the gecko on his chest, it makes me think of instincts, following your instincts like a lizard, okay? But being attached to this Two of Swords, that's like not doubting yourself mentally, like feeling mentally conflicted about it still, right? So that's what this Wheel is, that's what this change is. You're gonna decide to go for it. That's just me personally, that's what I feel. But y'all can do what y'all want to. Let me go ahead and get some advice / additional messages, okay, for Gemini gang. The story of the turtle Osho, that's what we should call this or something. It just feels like the whole turtles, I don't know, like a damn journey. All right, so track down your fears and desires. Wow, the Hunter. I feel like Spirit's hunting you right now, wanting you to go after your dreams, and like your time is here, Gemini. Like, it's almost like they've called your name and it's like, it's time to go get your wings, and you're like, oh shit, you know? Track down your fears and your desires and see which ones are leading you, okay? Because they're separate, they're not the same, but they both can kind of feel the same at the same time. So it's really important to be cognizant of that and go, is this a fear or is this a desire? And am I following it? Okay? Because there is a devil energy. I mean, we saw it already in the tarot. So that to me is there's this element of something wanting to keep you attached to it, wanting to keep you comfortable, quote unquote, and safe. But really, it's your fear that's leading that. That's not your desire. Your desire is to break free and go into the unknown. Well, you know, so there's just that, okay? What else do we have for Gemini? We have the Hermit, retreat and recharge. And for some of you, that may be what's needed here in order to really practice this self-love with this coming out on top, and in order to also gain whatever information it is that you're needing to gain, because you do feel like you don't feel steady when you lack the clarity that you need. You feel like you are off balance. There could be a need to meditate, and that's where this answer will come to you, especially with the moon. Take note, of intuitive messages. That's kind of what I'm getting with that. Like, if you meditate or you reflect, take time to really think about something, when it's presented to you, the answers are within you. Like the answers are right there inside. Also with the Hermit energy, Virgo energy, but also it's like having been through so much, you're a student of life at this point, Gemini, and you've learned some things. Like you've learned some lessons about life. You can depend on yourself, okay? I don't know why it feels so important to keep reminding you that, but yeah, it does. All right, what else do we have for Gemini? What else do we have for Gemini? Oh, Lord. We have the snake. That's actually a perfect card to come out. Shedding old skin, Gemini. And I really do feel like that's what's happening here. As you move into the unknown, honor your inner knowing as you shed your old skin, right? Old skin could be what societal standards were, or what you felt was safe, or what you thought you had to do at the time. Or it was just an older version of you. Shit, people change. There is a change though. There's a shedding of an old skin because you're getting your wings. You're going from this turtle energy that's slow but steady to now it's like fast and furious and getting things done, or things are suddenly taking off. You feel very passionate. You feel very purpose-filled. So I don't know. I hope this reading has helped, Gemini. I hope it's resonated. I hope it's did something. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.